Hey everybody, welcome back. We are JCubed. I'm Jared.
No, John,
I'm
that's you.
John.
Cut
We're,
it.
we're
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is JCubed. I'm Jared.
I'm John.
I'm Jason.
And we are three best friends who just like to come together and talk about comic books, video games, movies, just life in general. And we have a very special episode for you all today. This is our famous.
Famous.
Yes,
Famous.
famous, as dubbed by John already. This is our famous St. Patrick's Day episode. So thank you for tuning
Yes,
in.
thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you here.
Before we get into that though, guys, I just want to open the floor. What are you guys currently into right now? Um, Gaming, comics, movies, music, anything.
Once again, let me start over. When we first announced our famous St. Patrick's Day special, as it is, I spent the whole week like just immersing myself in Irish music, though like 90% of
Nice.
my Spotify is Irish playlists. I just love the genre to begin with. I was looking through old photos of a concert that me and Jared went to. It was like the day before St. Patrick's Day, but it was Flogging Molly live in Austin, Texas at the Stubb Amphitheater, which was an amazing show. I'd always
Oh
wanted to
man,
see
one
those
of the
guys.
best ever.
I want to hear some
And
of that.
oh, you will.
Okay, cool.
But other than reminiscing and music, shout out to a buddy of mine, Lamar Matherin. He's working on Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Cowboy Bebop comic.
Ooh.
And I've been rewatching the anime. I've been watching the Netflix series. Been watching him on Instagram do his thing. And yeah, just uh, support the brother in the business and loving watching him develop as an artist, just cranking it away. He's doing
Nice.
great.
That's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That's really cool. For me, well, I'm still obsessed over Elden Ring. I was actually doing that right before doing this. I have beaten the second boss, Godric. That only took me and my buddy about 30 minutes to figure out that, or maybe about an hour to figure out this isn't working with two people because Jared, you recently got into Elden Ring. I saw those texts. So how it will work with multiplayer is when you have someone else in a game, it kind of scales up the difficulty as well with the bosses, and the bosses will end up having more health. So for about an hour, me and my buddy, we were trying to tag team Godric, the second boss, and he was just kicking our butts left and right. Like maybe 2 minutes into the fight, he was dead. 4 minutes into the fight, I was dead. Vice versa. 30 seconds into the fight, I was already dead. It was a pain to say the least. But I went in myself, and the third time, I was actually able to beat the boss like within 10 minutes, maybe. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm the second boss down. This is awesome. So I've been doing that. I am doing a quest right now that is taking me through the third major boss. And other than Elden Ring, I've been thinking about Obi-Wan Kenobi based off the teaser trailer we got. So
Oh, so awesome.
when that first came out, I probably watched it 3 or 4 times that night as well. Because, yeah, Duel of Fates is such an iconic. As we were texting, in our little group chat, it is probably like the third or fourth best Star Wars theme song, in my opinion. And then just recently, and I won't go into any spoilers, I took my dad to go see The Batman. And I've been having that on my mind since we saw it Friday night. So that is kind of where my headspace has been since the last time, we talked.
Nice, nice. For me, Jason, like you alluded to, I finally have had time to dive into Elden Ring.
Yay! I can't wait to help you.
I'm honestly like, I am enjoying it. I'm dying a lot.
I hear you die a lot in that game.
All those games, you
I
die a
think
lot.
everybody dies a lot, and I feel like I'm dying more than the average person.
Nah.
This is my first Souls-like game. I created a bandit character, and like with the different classes, and I was reading like I don't know if that was the best class as a newbie to start out with. But I've always liked the rogue bandit type characters, when in World of Warcraft, I always mained a rogue. When I was playing the Old Republic, I would go with like the Sith Inquisitor. I've always liked those type of characters, so I definitely jumped right into that type of character with the Elden Ring, and it's not easy. I die a lot, and I'm very stubborn, and then I go back to where I die because I don't want to lose my runes, and I pick up my runes, but then I die again. Oh. And it's just rinse and repeat. But I really am enjoying the game so far. I really am.
Dude,
just playing like a little bit at a time, like an hour and a half each time, but it's been good so far, yeah. And then as far as listening to, kind of following up our last episode, I haven't really been watching or reading anything new, but I had a really busy week with work this week, and I kind of jumped into a Star Wars soundtrack playlist on Spotify. Ooh. So I was, coming out of that last episode. So I was listening to just a lot of Star Wars music, really kind of helping me grind through work this week. So that was some really good stuff.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a little inspiration from John. I know the music was kind of his favorite things from the Star Wars universe. So, yeah. But it's been good. It's been good. It's been a good week since our last talk.
Right on, man. It's always good to hear.
Yeah, but I'm excited about this one. Like I said, it is our famous St. Patrick's Day episode.
And if you're just now tuning in, this is our famous St. Patrick's Day episode. Welcome, one and all.
And if you did not know that this was famous, I don't really know what to tell you. I guess you've been living under a rock or something.
Shame on you, but we're happy to have you.
No, but this is my favorite day of the year. I love St. Patrick's Day.
This is a magical time of the year.
Everybody's Irish on St. Patty's Day.
Amen.
Everybody.
I found out that I was like 2% Irish from ancestry and that other DNA thing. Mm-hmm. So aside from just trying to blend in, I'm like, oh wow, I actually do kind of blend.
You actually are. I actually am. I'm not faking it
today. Carry on, Jared.
But leading into that, I'm just wondering, I know I have always enjoyed this day probably more than others, but I was curious if you guys currently have or have ever had any St. Patrick's Day traditions.
So, back when I used to live in the capital of Texas, that's Austin, Texas, my favorite thing used to be on St. Patrick's Day. Of course, 21 and up. It wasn't a lifelong thing. But whenever I became of being able to go out on St. Patrick's Day and have a really good time, we would always get to Fado's Irish Pub, may it rest in peace. We'd always get there at like the crack of dawn when they would first open up the doors. You'd be greeted with, the staff that were just waking up like, oh, happy St. Patrick's Day. The whole place is decorated. Got the old classic Irish pub style decorations, everything. You'd have your Irish breakfast. You'd start the day off with a Guinness, followed by, maybe 10, 12 more.
Oh my gosh, man, that's what you start the day with? Whoa, that's so heavy.
Oh, it's like chocolate milk, man.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Liquid.
Nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth. It was such a great time. The weather was always perfect. We were never greeted with bad weather, and it was always during South by Southwest week as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whenever you would watch Jason and Deb, shout out to the 101X Airstreams in Austin, they would do their St. Patrick's Day episode there, live broadcasts. You'd have the band playing, the soccer, rugby, everything going on the TV. It was just a great atmosphere. Everyone's really friendly. And then once you're done, if you are ever done at the bar, you can go explore the actual town. And again, it's South by Southwest week. So you've got the bands playing. You got people trying to market and show you brand new technology and everything. Whenever you make your way on over to the Austin Convention Center, it's an expo, and everybody from around the world is there during South by Southwest. Again, you've got people pushing apps. You've got people pushing different technology. People showing you, oh yeah, this is the brand new thing that Sony's coming out with. It's like a little projector. It's like this small. And these are just personal experiences. Like some of these ideas never make it to fruition, But the knowledge that these people are expressing to you on like just a very friendly basis versus you watching them on a YouTube video or having to go to like some corporate meeting to watch them, the interactions you have with these world leaders is insane. And again, in St. Patrick's Day, you know, everyone's having a Guinness or two. You get real friendly, you exchange numbers. I got offered a job in New York for a radio station, which was amazing.
Really? Really?
Yeah, really. One of the stories I never told y'all. Sorry about that.
No, we have to.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, man.
Well, I want that
Long ago.
story sometime in the
Definitely.
future.
I've got a few, but yeah, it was just it was always a great time. And then whenever we could, my other favorite, again, rest in peace, thanks to COVID. My other favorite Irish pub was BD Riley's downtown, which you two have experienced before. Again, a real
That's
wholesome
the one
environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real wholesome environment, friendly staff. It was always a great time to be there. Nothing against the city of Austin. I'm sure there's more Irish pubs over there, but until I go out and experience them, they'll have to wait a shout out. But in my own personal experience, that was always a great time. That and, of course, whenever me and Jared went to go see Flogging Molly the day before St. Patrick's Day. Man. Oh, yeah, I've got some stories.
Oh man, that's cool. Yeah. Well, compared to that, I'm just a stick in the mud, man. Like I don't do anything for Saint. We don't really do much, you know. St. Patrick's Day has never been. I remember Jared. You always, you know, that's always your day, and you know, since I've known you,
Yes.
you've always been excited about St. Patrick's Day. We've always. I don't know if we've always done something with, you know, the group with everyone together or not, but myself, honestly, I really don't do a whole lot. I think I did more when I lived back in San Antonio with y'all, and we like do
Yeah.
something on the weekend, or the one time that you, Jared, you came up to Austin when John, you still lived here, and then we did go to the BD Riley's. That was a really, really fun time. I remember that. I was actually thinking about that before this podcast. Because I think that was legit the last time I did anything from St. Patrick's Day was when Jared came up here. So what was that? What, 4 years ago? Maybe
Oh my goodness.
4 or
Might have
5
been
years
longer than
ago.
that.
Too long.
It
Yes,
was
too long.
it was a long time ago. So yeah, man, not something I just, you know, we just kind of chill at home most days. You know, I'll wear green, you know, like I'm doing. But that's about
to.
it. Yeah, you have to. I mean, I work from home, so no one's gonna pinch me, and no one's gonna pinch me anyway if I even went to
There's
work.
gonna be leprechauns that jump out of your closet.
It's like, oh God, what is that? No. But yeah,
Not
so
again.
oh, where they're coming from? I had exterminators here last week. But yeah,
That's secretly me.
Jared, you're telling me once a year you fly, you drive, you run, you do whatever to get to my house, which you've never seen yet, and you pinch my toes. Is that what you're
Sorry.
telling
Yeah,
me?
but I ride the rainbow.
Oh, okay.
I'm not running and driving. I'm riding a rainbow over there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really for me, you know, it was more of a group thing that I just kind of was a part of. I never really did anything myself. So, like I said, kind of stick in the mud in that sense.
Well,
Nothing wrong
you're
with
the
that.
cutest stick in the mud I've ever seen.
Thank you.
No, I agree. Definitely, we had some great group experiences for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I wasn't going out and starting my day with 10 Guinnesses and an Irish breakfast, but I used to
Yeah, John.
I used
Jesus.
to start the day with the Guinness, and I would always watch the Boondock Saints to start my day off on St. Patrick's Day.
Nice.
There were times there where I would try and make myself, you know, some sausages up, some sausage and eggs, kind of, you know, replicating a little bit of an Irish breakfast, not all the way through, but you know, those sausages are kind of a staple in that Irish breakfast. It wasn't blood sausage, but it was sausage. I gave it a shot.
Have
I
y'all
miss blood
had?
Sorry to all the vegetarians out there, but I love blood
Have
sausage.
y'all had? I've never had blood sausage myself. Is it good? Does it taste irony?
I will. Yes, but I also will say that, you know, a lot. Some cuisine, if you don't think about it, if you don't think about some cuisine, if you just don't think about it, it's delicious. But when you start
Yeah.
thinking about it, you're like,
It's where it gets kind of
Nah.
skeevy and like you kind of like get. The wiggle
Yeah,
worms
like,
in your tummy.
As long as you don't think about what you're eating, you're good.
like menudo or tripas, if anybody knows what
Yeah,
that
that's
is.
a big one for me.
No, I can't do it. I
You thought
can't.
about it. You thought about it.
It's the texture of the well, what's it the fat itself, like the chewy tendony. I can't do it. Sorry, Jared. We derailed for a second there.
No, that's okay. To answer your question, I have had blood sausage. When I graduated from college, my family and we went on a trip actually over to Ireland.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yeah,
so
stayed
jealous.
in Dublin. We stayed in Dublin, but we did a couple day tours to different parts of the country. And I got to experience the whole traditional Irish breakfast. I
No,
got
that's
to
cool.
drink an actual Guinness in the Guinness factory. Had a
One day,
Jameson in the Jameson distillery.
One day. Ooh,
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah.
holy cow. What was your favorite part of that trip? If there was a favorite. I'll give you a top 3.
Um,
I'll give you a top 1.
the scenery was absolutely beautiful. Like I enjoyed being in the city of Dublin, but just the scenery throughout Ireland, absolutely beautiful. I can say that I kissed the Blarney Stone. So I mean that's pretty. I don't know how many people can say that, but I can.
I'm pretty sure.
so cool.
Isn't that like a main, like a really big attraction?
It's a little terrifying for some people. You have to go. Well,
Yeah,
go ahead.
don't you?
Jared.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like you go up this little like stone tower or whatnot, and then you've got to like lay down and grab this pole, and you're kind of like suspended over this gap a little bit.
Nope.
Like the stone's in the wall, but then there's a gap, and you're like leaning backwards to kiss the stone, but you're like, there's
Is
this
it
gap
nothing?
that's like probably 4 or 5 stories up, and it was a little like I got a little anxious.
No,
I was
it's-
like, okay, don't fall. No, but it was cool. It was
Cool.
it was a great experience. It was an awesome country. I really enjoyed Ireland. I definitely would love to go back. But yeah, it was a great place. It was a great place.
JCub podcast in Ireland.
One day we're gonna come to you live on our
Live from the Blarney
Paddy
Stone.
Day from Dublin,
oh my gosh.
but not this year.
GoFundMe. Let's start a GoFundMe.
No,
If anybody wants to see us,
I need to save some money if I want to do that. That would be kind
Oh,
of
man.
cool though if we kept doing this, for that long, and one day it's like, screw it, let's go to Ireland for a week, and we'll do a live podcast in person.
Totally okay with this.
Do
Totally
it.
okay with this.
I would love to go. I've never been to Ireland myself, so that'd be pretty cool to go to. I would love to see the countryside just in general. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, one day.
And it's like in Ireland, like it's just never too early to have a beer. That's just the great thing. Like nobody like at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna have a beer with breakfast, and you might get some looks here, but you're not gonna get a look there.
I guess.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Good to know.
My kind of people.
Yes.
All this to say, please
What
drink
about,
responsibly too. Just
Yeah.
Please
for
drink-
anyone
yeah,
who's watching.
disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. Drink responsibly.
Indeed.
Do either of y'all have a favorite, like a favorite St. Patrick's Day? Like obviously, I know you had your traditions and all that, John. But can you like narrow it down to a favorite?
A favorite St. Patrick's Day that I've experienced?
Yes. One favorite St. Patrick's Day. Like,
Yeah.
back in, St. Patrick's Day 2017 was my best St. Patrick's Day ever.
I don't remember the year, but the one that probably stands out, me and a good buddy of mine, we worked together, and the job that we were doing was very labor intensive, long hours. I won't say the name of the company, but they're anyway. I told him like, "Hey man, I've got this little tradition. Do you want to join in?" Like, well, yeah, sure. What is it? Like, what am I getting into? And so I told him like, yeah, man, I like to go to the pub on St. Patrick's Day. Have a, just explore the city and meet some people. And yeah, if you're in, come on in. So, yeah, man, let me think about it. Give me your number. So, I'm getting ready in that morning to hop in the car, find somewhere good to park, and get downtown. And he sends me this text. "Wank, wank. I'm already here. Where are you?" I'm like, "Whoa! Someone beat me to the pub. What the heck?" And I find him in line. Like, "All right, man, let's do this." And again, you're greeted by the friendliest staff in the most appropriate location for your geographical location in the world. You know, Austin isn't Ireland, but hey, we're doing what we can. You know, the drinks are cold. The food was great. At this time, Game of Thrones was still an active series, and I don't remember what season it was, but South by Southwest had all these promos going on. And I remember taking this photo. I'm jumping ahead. So we had, again, the day went on, and eventually we would make our way throughout the whole town. We see some bands, and the city is just alive, and it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's great weather. We make our way over to the convention center, and there's this Japanese triplet. They're kind of like 60s style rock band playing. I don't really know what to call the genre, but they're doing their thing. They don't speak any English, so I'm Googling what I can to be like, "Oh my God, you're so great." I don't remember the words that I spoke out, but apparently I got them right, and I was able to communicate, "Hey, can we get a photo?" So, you know, we got ourselves a photo in front of the Japanese rock band. And then outside, again, Game of Thrones was a very prevalent series. There was like this really decked out bus. On the side of it, there was like God, what was his name? Drogo was the big dragon in Game of Thrones. I forgot his name. Daenerys' like favorite. The
one of the dragons.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember what the dragons' names were. So yeah, sorry.
But anyway, all good. Yeah, the big mean one. He was like painting on the side of this bus, and it's like flying towards you. I just remember taking this photo. It was very cheesy because I was in the series. I'm like, "Oh my God, it's like coming at me." And God, that night we went to. It was a party in the Frost Tower. Met a whole lot of people. We went to another bar, rooftop. And another thing about South by Southwest, these bars open up that you didn't ever exist before. And you're able to explore these different buildings. Yeah, exactly. Secret rooms and all these different things that are going on. So like as the night goes on, you go into these places that you've never been before. You end up on these rooftops that you never would have thought that you would have ever been on to. You'd meet all these crazy people from all around the world. And yeah, again, for a certain St. Patrick's Day, I think that one had a very big impact just because the amount of ground we were able to cover, the things we were able to experience. Again, if anyone doesn't know, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, aside from the last season, but maybe we'll save that for another episode.
We'll talk
We
about
don't talk
that.
about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that eventually.
Okay, we won't talk
I'm
about
sure.
it at all. But yeah, the experiences, the photos we took, the people that we met, it was a great time so far. I think that's one of the best St. Patrick's Days I've ever had.
Nice, man. That sounds cool.
Awesome.
I'm thinking about it. I think the best St. Patrick's is, and I don't even know if this was St. Patrick's Day, is that when Jared came up for BD Riley's, was that just you coming up, or was that St. Patrick's Day related? Because I honestly don't remember. Because that was going to be my memory.
I think the time frame would have been close. I don't know if it was right on St. Patrick's Day, just because sometimes it falls in the middle of the week. But I think it was close.
Yeah, falls in the middle of the week, like today, this Thursday, November 17th.
Like today on Thursday.
Or no, not November, March 17th. Why did I say November? Oh gosh. But
Jason's living in the future over here.
I am living months ahead of y'all. You just don't know how or why. Shoot, man.
Every day around Jared is St. Patrick's Day.
It's true.
Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna
honestly,
argue that.
I'm just going to pretend that when Jared came up and when we did BD Riley's, it was St. Patrick's Day. 'Cause, like I said, we really don't do anything over here. I remember
It was a great St. Patrick's Day.
I'm going to say it was a great St. Patrick's Day, whenever that was. I was actually trying to find photos because I know we took photos of us in that pub as well. Did we do 6th Street too that day, or was it just was that 6th Street as well?
We did a little 6th Street.
Did
a little
we?
bit, yeah.
And then we did that other area.
Rainy.
I don't know.
Was it rainy?
Did we do? Oh, are you sure you weren't getting you and Jared's or John yours and Jared's time at Stubbs mixed in with ours? Because I don't remember Rainy Street. I don't even think I've been to Rainy Street.
No, we did that area over by where Jason lived, and we went to that cool bar
Oh,
that
the
had like
domain
the
area. Yeah.
yeah, the domain. Yeah.
Yeah, was that? I don't remember, but anyway, I'm just gonna pretend that was St. Patrick's Day, and that was really fun. Just hanging out with my two best buds, going downtown, drinking, hanging out, just listening to some really good music, and yeah, like I said, This is gonna be a you and Jared or a John and Jared podcast this week because we don't do much over here. I do remember back in high school days when it was St. Patrick's, we would go to our friend's house, and didn't we used to like watch Boondock Saints, or we would try and watch something Irish, like Relevance or something like that at his house. So, but yeah, honestly, sorry y'all, don't got many stories.
Don't ever apologize for being you.
So yeah, nothing major from me. Except for that one time that Jared and John and I went downtown and we did St. Patrick's Day at BD Riley's.
No air quotes. It was.
Okay, it was.
Yes, sir.
For me, so first off, kind of like John mentioned a couple times, I know it wasn't on St. Patrick's Day, but we were like right before it, but just that Flogging Molly concert.
And I wanted to say this too, but it wasn't on St. Patrick's Day, but it was the day before. But take it away. Take it away.
I just said
it was. I mean, it
was just
a great experience. One of the best nights of my life. We started at BD Riley's. We pre-gamed there. We got to see Flogging Molly. That was an incredible concert. I mean, that might be the best concert I've ever been to in my life, honestly.
Really?
Oh man!
And it was so good. It was so good.
It was amazing, and I got in VIP when I wasn't actually VIP.
How did you do that?
So, not to divert from your story, Jared, but this involves both of us.
Go ahead.
So, we were talking to each other, and I think Jared had brought up, "Hey, man, they're coming to town." I'm like, "Holy cow!" So I get on the interwebs. I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this big." I didn't make any money at the time, but what I wanted to invest, I was like, "Hey, let's do the VIP experience." And what I had thought I had bought was a VIP ticket, but it turns out it was just like this thing on Ticketmaster. I guess somebody was like selling me a ticket saying like, "Hey, I'll get you an autographed flag," which I got, a pin, some stickers, and like a scarf, which I got, but I misinterpreted it as a VIP ticket. So we're at the door, and I'm skipping over the beginning of the evening, which was epic. But once we actually get to Stubbs, I'm like, "Hey, Jared," and there was another buddy with us there. I'm like, "Hey guys, I'll be over here real quick. I'll meet you in the pit." Yeah. Like, okay. So I go over to the left a little bit to the VIP area, and someone's up front. "Okay, you're good. Okay, you're good." I'm like, "Hey," and I was full frontal about it. I was like, "Hey, I don't really know if this is the ticket to get it in here, but this is what I was given. I think this is what I need." She's like, "Yeah, whatever, go ahead." I'm like, "Oh, it's Eddie? Great." So I go in, I'm expecting to meet the band, but they weren't there. But there was a lot of people having a great time, and everything was complimentary, so I helped myself. And I'm schmoozing around, I'm talking to me, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?" Shaking hands or whatever, just my friendly nature. And when you do that, you kind of make yourself aware to other people. So there I am, toasting and like shaking hands and saying hi. It's St. Patrick's Eve. So I've got a drink in my hand. I'm moseying around. I've got a chip on my shoulder. I'm like, "Hey, I'm great to be here. Great to be here." Ding, ding, ding. "Sir, can I see your ticket?" Oh God, here we go. I show him a ticket. "This isn't a VIP ticket." "Oh, no? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was told to go in this way." "I'm sorry, sir. You can't be up here." "Oh, well." I took a drink before I could get out, before they kicked me out. I'm like, "Well, I guess I'll just make my way to the pit then." Yes, thank you. But thank you. If you ever want to come back in, you can purchase a ticket." Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I made my way back to Jared and another friend of mine. I was like, "Oh my God, you wouldn't believe what happened."
He just left us.
Apparently, if you want to be VIP, you just have to be like, "Hey, can I come in?" Nah, I don't know if it's really like that. Nobody take that to
This is
to
what
the
I
heart.
have. I don't know.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
You didn't do anything wrong per se. They let you in still, so it's not on you. It's on the venue for that.
And I'm very thankful they did. Thank you, Stubbs.
No, but that was a great night. BD Riley's, Vlogging Molly, South by Southwest, the Justice League pop-up place with the Batmobile and
That was epic.
Aquaman statue thing. Oh man, that was a great night. That was a great night.
And actually, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but since that wasn't technically on St. Patrick's Day, I had a good one a couple years ago, and this was actually one. This was one where I did myself. But it was one of those ones where it was just kind of a freeing experience. I had the day. I went by myself. I started off, and I went downtown to some donut shop, and they had this donut with green donut with Lucky Charms and stuff on it. And I was like, yes, don't mind if I do. And after that, I just bar hopped. I went to wherever I could find. I started off at it was actually a British bar, but it was St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's Irish, right? They actually had a rugby game on, and I think Ireland was playing at the time.
Yes.
I went to the Flying Saucer after that, and they had a St. Patrick's Day cup, and it said Sham Rock, and it had a picture of The Rock, Sham Rock. So I got a St. Patrick's Day beer glass there. I went to a couple other places for, just bar hopping, getting Irish beer, getting green beer, just, really enjoyed the day. And it was just kind of one of those living in the moment type days. I really enjoyed it.
Nice, man. That sounds cool. That sounds fun.
It was good. It was good.
Cool. I forgot to mention before Flogging Molly kicked off, we were getting to those that haven't been into like a very intimate concert setting. Closer to the show, people start swarming in, and if there's no seats and if it's just a pit, people start getting closer and closer to each other. Yeah, that's just how it is. But before the show, I don't know what came over me, but I started singing, God, was it Take On Me by Uh-huh. And like we had a good chunk of people around us like actually joining in to the sing-along we had going. But then the lights dimmed and it was all green, orange, and white, and everybody's the world came alive as soon as they hit the stage. It was
I bet that was
such
really
a great
cool.
show.
Like everyone, like just eruption of like cheers and stuff. I mean, that sounds really. I remember you asking if I wanted to go too, but I think it was such a last minute thing that I couldn't.
It was very last minute.
It was like either last minute or I didn't have the funds to do it. But I don't remember why I didn't join you. But I remember asking, and that sounds like it would have been a fun thing to be a part of too. But no. Sometime in the future.
It was really good. It was a great night. It really it ranks up there as in my top 5.
Top 5.
Yes.
Woo! But okay, so kind of shifting from the day of St. Patrick's Day, I wanted to talk to you guys about your favorite Irish media. It could be movies where the characters are Irish, or it could be movies where the actors are Irish, or Irish music, just kind of any media that has some relation to Irish and Ireland.
Right on. Media. Well, we've been talking about the Boondock Saints, patching on to that, but it's whether you're into the movie or not, you can't deny the significance that's brought to the cult classic following, the influence it had on cinema, the influence it has on people. When you mention that film, you either get, it's one of two reactions. What? Or it's always met with one of those two. I wasn't a big fan of the second one, but that's just my own opinion.
No, that was a terrible movie.
Okay. So last season of Game of Thrones and the second movie, we
I saw that movie in theaters, and I was like, "This is stupid." I don't like this second movie. They had lightning in a
Ooh.
bottle, and that's a whole other discussion as well. Anyway, go ahead.
But I had mentioned earlier that I'm a big fan of the Irish punk music scene. Again, like my Spotify account is like 90% of those playlists. A lot of times you watch my stories on Instagram and I'm watching, it's always to some Celtic or Irish theme in the background. I don't know what it is. I don't know why the music influences me so much, but well, I know why. Who was it? Leonardo DiCaprio in Gangs of New York. He says this line: "Nobody suffers like the Irish." And
Yeah.
in like these old folk songs, you feel this, and they do such a good way of portraying what they're feeling in their lyrical content. Again, as an artist, whenever I'm doing my own thing, like that really transfers through. You feel that pain whenever you're doing like a really like emotional piece. You feel the pain coming out of the vocals of this person, and you're like, wow, like. Again, they do such a really good job of like transferring that through you. For me, anyway, I can try to at least let that flow through my hand and really get a good setting. And I wish I had more than just the only artwork I can really show you is this little squirrel drawing I did, but they're all just enjoying their own good time. Again, then with like Irish punk music in the background. Thanks. But I'll show some more stuff later. Just ask me on Instagram. I'll show you whatever was influenced by Irish punk music. But again, the music, the cinema, I mean, there's no shortage of good things coming out of Ireland, especially the liquids. But for me, like, it's hard to pick just one thing. Gosh, I can't wait to go and just take a million selfies and bombard social media with me being. But that's me.
Okay.
What about you, Jason?
Oh gosh, being the boring one out of the group this week. I guess when it comes to media, there's some really interesting, really good movies out there, and then some actors that I really like that are Irish as well. A movie though that I don't know if you can find it on Netflix anymore, but it was Bloody Sunday, about the Irish civil rights protest march and the military that massacre that happened on that day. It was directed by Paul Greengrass. And it has that documentary type feel to it. It has another James Nesbitt, who, if y'all have seen the Hobbit movies, he's one of the Hobbits as well. He's a great actor. But Bloody Sunday, a really fascinating movie that I recommend y'all do watch, because it tells history that I'm American. I don't know that much about history like that. So that was really interesting to read into.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, you're still here.
We lost you for a minute, but you're back.
Oh,
You're
okay.
back. Did you see that too, John?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
He just
shoot.
froze.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
You're good now. You're good.
Okay.
you're good.
Anyway, but yeah, so Bloody Sunday is a fantastic movie about very sad times. Hunger, with directed by Steve McQueen, and with Michael Fassbender, about the hunger strike in was it a political prisoner? He's a political prisoner, and I don't remember his name off the top of my head, like who he plays, but that was another fantastic movie.
If anyone's now tuning in, this is our famous.
This is
St.
our
Patrick's Day
famous.
episode.
Famous. Jason's had one too many Guinness. It's all right.
No, this is a full of water. I'm good.
That's what I tell myself too.
But it seriously was, I promise.
Go ahead,
Well,
Jared.
for me, you guys have kind of already mentioned some of them. I love Boondock Saints. It's one of my favorite movies. I just love it. Like I said earlier, it was a staple of my St. Patrick's Day tradition when I was younger. John, you also mentioned Gangs of New York. When we were younger, looking back on it, it's kind of silly, but our Jason, remember our little Halo clan
I was
the Dead
just
Rabbit?
about to
The Dead
say
Rabbits.
that. Yeah, I
Dead
was
Rabbits.
just about
Tell
to.
me about that now. Yeah.
I remember. I was just thinking about
our Halo
that.
clan was the Dead Rabbits.
We all had little
and my little emblem was
shamrocks.
a shamrock,
Yeah.
and we were unstoppable back in the Halo 2 days. Just getting a little sidetracked there, but the Dead Rabbits couldn't be beat.
Yeah, that
Technically,
was.
Master Chief's armor is green, so he makes it into this episode as much as you want to talk about.
Yeah, there we go. I feel like any movie that takes place in Boston probably has some sort of Irish theme to it. So I definitely think like you could put The Departed in that list as an Irish movie. Anything in Boston, I'm gonna go with it. I was in Boston a couple months ago. Great city. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to go back.
Boston's a pretty cool town.
That's another one. Boston, Beantown, great place. Great place. Cillian Murphy, love him. I know the Peaky Blinders isn't an Irish show, but Cillian Murphy is Irish, so I'm just gonna throw that one out there too. Peaky Blinders,
But technically, it's an
show.
Irish show.
Absolutely love it. Everything's Irish today. It's okay.
Yep.
We already mentioned Flogging Molly, the Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkick Murphys. I mean, those are just. I mean, I enjoy all of it, and I know it's not media per se, but I really just enjoy the Irish artwork, the Celtic artwork, the tattoos, and all that.
Isn't that what?
Because I have numerous placed on my body. Yeah, multiple ones.
Nice.
How many?
Tattoos or Irish ones?
Irish themed tattoos so far.
3.
Yes.
I know the arm one that you have. I know
Got the armband.
Yeah, that.
I've got that one,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got the cross.
That the cross was your first one, right? Or was the
That was
arm
my first one on my 18th birthday.
your 18th birthday?
Because I got it on my 18th birthday.
Really? Was it your 18th birthday? I don't remember.
Yeah, my dad took me.
I didn't go with you, did I? I feel like I remember.
Didn't you and
Didn't Tom or
Tony show up for a little bit?
No, I remember we actually went with you. I remember you biting your shirt because of the needle. Yeah. Oh,
That was a good 2-hour experience right
was
there.
that really your 18th birthday? Holy crap. Dang, I remember that now that you say that.
Yeah.
I don't have any
was a good day.
tattoos yet. Maybe
It was a
one
good day.
day.
I know, John, you did an Irish owl
Yeah, man.
recently. Celtic owl. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I've definitely had no shortage of Irish themed commissions before. I love them all. From an artistic perspective, if anyone else out there is like watching, trying to make it pay the rent as an artist, I suggest you take on as many projects out of your comfort zone as needed, as you're able to. It challenges you as an artist. It helps you develop. It also teaches you a lot of different things. If you really want to make a structured piece, you have to know the background behind the designs, behind the lines, the culture behind it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like making it's not Irish, but take like a Daruma doll, a Japanese little doll. If you color in one eye, that's the wish that you made. But if you color in both eyes, that means that you've made that wish come true in your life. It's a goal that you reach out to. It's like kind of like one of those lifelong tattoos that you get.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing a Celtic cross, you have to know what makes this so significant to the person getting it. Why is it like this? What's the meaning behind all the weaving and all that? And again, as an artist, like, you really want to know this, not only just to know what you're doing, but also to relate to who you're doing it for. That way, it brings that much more sentiment to it, and I think it helps you do a lot better on the piece. And that's my art rant for today. If you're just now tuning in, this is our famous St. Patrick's Day episode.
This is our
We are
famous
JCub3d, and this is our famous St. Patrick's Day episode.
It's gonna be
Coming
like this
to you live,
Thursday,
not from Dublin.
March
Dublin, but
17th, not November.
Maybe next year we'll be in Dublin. We don't know.
Check the GoFundMe link down below.
We don't have one yet. Don't check anything. We don't have anything.
But who
Later and
knows?
check it.
Who knows? Maybe I will put it in there. No, I won't. But who knows? I'm not going to.
All right, so wrapping this up,
This is a short
kind
one.
of shifting a little bit away from the Irish theme, but we're going to keep it green, okay?
Okay.
Want to give a shout out to all of the green superheroes and supervillains. And I'm curious as to your favorite green comic book character.
I've got maybe 2 or 3 favorite comic book character heroes, and maybe the villain is probably the top one. So for maybe he's like an anti-villain. So Swamp Thing, he's like good and bad, whatever you want to take from it.
Mm-hmm.
Beast Boy from the Teen Titans.
I'm glad Beast Boy got included in this.
Yeah,
Beast Boy's
I love
he's
Beast Boy.
overlooked a little bit, but he's solid.
Yeah,
Great
a little goofy.
character.
I forget. He's green in the cartoon, right?
Cartoon and comics. Actually, I've got one from like the 80s or the 70s up on the shelf somewhere. I'll refrain from digging it out, but yeah, I got some Teen Titans content up here. And number 3, oh man, God, it was in my head. We'll stick with those 2. Oh yeah, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom for the villain side. Yeah, I mean
Because
the
of the
cape,
green
the rest of it
cloak,
is silver,
yeah.
but yeah,
I can
cloak.
see
Sorry,
that.
not a cape. Yeah, I'll take it.
I respect that. Those are solid choices.
I'm just saying.
So, for me, this one's going to come out of left field, and
Do it.
that was right to myself. But Judo
Looking at the
Master,
screen, it was my left. You're good.
Judo Master from Peacemaker. That dude just does not die.
Oh, that guy was hilarious.
Dude,
him
just
and his hot Cheetos.
popping hot Cheetos left and right. I don't know why, but I think he's a very funny. I hope if they make Peacemaker season 2, I hope Judo Master is into that a little bit more, because he was a really fun little side character. And I love hot fries, so I kind of connected in that sense. Real weird
Ooh, now I'm
tangent.
craving those.
My cousins, when I was really little, gave me hot fries at my grandma's house, and I'd never had a hot fried Cheeto before. I didn't know it was spicy, so I ate one, and it was spicy, and I started crying. So just, I think my dad had to like give me I think my dad had to give me like an ice cube or something, but I was just like, it's hot. What's going on? But that was my first Cheeto experience, and puffy Cheetos, hot Cheetos are my kryptonite. I can never not just eat those and have self-control over it. John.
Kryptonite also green.
True.
That's a villain, right? Well, Kryptonite villain?
Kryptonite's a villain.
Kryptonite's just a rock.
Yeah, but it's
Maybe it's a good guy.
It's
Maybe if Superman went bad, it'd be a good
it's
guy.
neutral, I guess.
The neutral guy. But okay, so on your hot Cheetos tangent, shouldn't even make the podcast, but we found these Carolina Reaper cheese puffs at the grocery store.
Oh, those are so good.
They're amazing.
Those are good.
They're so
Those were
amazing.
solid.
Yeah. Again, this shouldn't make the podcast, but it's delicious. We love junk food. I'm no stranger to it.
We're too far in. I can't edit this out.
On St. Patrick's Day. We're including it.
Done.
So
All right, take it away.
So Judo Master, I'm gonna go and throw in the Green Ranger from Power Rangers, because that was the toy I had the most when I was growing up.
It was so epic when he made the screen. Oh man.
And
Go
then,
ahead.
Yeah, that was a good. Oh, I didn't even think about that one. He was a
Didn't think
great
about that.
character.
he was a great green character. And then something
Nice.
that in the newer movies he isn't green anymore, but Godzilla, like I think in older he had a darker, kind of more muted green color to him. So I'm gonna say Godzilla as well.
That's green right there.
Yeah, that's green. It's a dark green. It's a dark
I'll allow
pine green. So Judo Master, Green Ranger, and Godzilla. One hero, an anti-hero, and then just one Cheeto eating bad guy.
I love it, man.
Good, solid choices. Man, you guys are guys are doing a great job on this.
Really? Because
approve.
I do
Oh,
not
those were
approve.
both of you guys have had solid choices, and
Uh,
none of our choices are the same.
this is
Can I
true.
name Bono? No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Done.
All right.
ahead,
So
Jared.
for me, my childhood was built on the Ninja Turtles. Love them.
Yes.
Have always been a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. I love them. Michelangelo's my favorite, but just anything and everything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was growing up, I loved it. I was texting you guys recently that they're coming
Yeah.
out with that collection of all of the old school games from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. I'm stoked.
Only
I cannot
40
wait to
bucks
play
too.
Turtles in Time again.
40
I'm,
bucks.
I'm
yeah.
all about it.
So that's going to be
So-
pretty cool.
I'm really excited about that. And then anybody that knows me well knows that I'm a really big Green Arrow fan. Yes.
Yep, I knew it.
Really big Green Arrow fan. And it's the same reason that I always liked Batman. You know, both these characters really don't have any superpowers, but they can hang with the best. Like, they're not a liability. But, you know, growing up, everybody always said Batman, and I wanted to have a different answer. So, you know, for the same reasons that I like Batman, I like Green Arrow. And it kind of became, you know, Green Arrow became my favorite. And I love Green Arrow.
Nice.
Some great comics. I watched the Arrow TV show, and, you know, that just kind of became its own thing in the later seasons. But I love anything and everything Green Arrow. And I actually have an original John, the artist Gonzalez painting here. John painted this for me when I bought my house.
Aw,
Oh, yeah. I remember
Dude.
that.
I remember this. Can I redo it? Can
You
I do
want to
another
redo
one?
it?
Can I do another one?
Dang.
Yeah, if you want to.
Coming soon, the redo of the Green Arrow for Jared's house.
But yeah, John painted that for me. Man, it's been almost 10 years now when I bought my house, and that was like the first piece of art I had in my house, and I've cherished it for forever. And
I got some John originals hanging
love
around
it.
my house too. I love them. They're fantastic
too.
pieces. So I can't wait to put the rest of them up whenever that is. So yeah,
so for anybody tuning in, this is our famous
famous.
St. Patrick's Day episode.
famous. If you want an original John, the artist Gonzalez piece, just reach out to him. And, you
Hit
know,
'em
he's.
up.
Are you currently taking on commissions?
Always. The
Always.
doors are never closed. Come
Doors
one,
are
come
closed,
all.
people.
Bring your wacky, insane, possibly green-themed, Irish-themed ideas. I am ready to go.
Nice. Yes. Yes, I like that. But yeah, that was a good talk, guys.
That was
Beer and Ireland and green and everything in between.
yeah.
All for our famous St. Patrick's Day episode.
Famous.
famous. How many times are we gonna say that?
As many as we need.
Famous. This is our famous.
Famous.
No, but
Do you
this
guys have
was
anything you guys want to add before we close it out?
Tell you what, since this is our famous
Famous.
St. Patrick's Day episode, the first one who reaches out to me on Instagram gets a
Ooh.
Irish or St. Patrick's Day squirrel print.
Are you serious?
It's our famous St. Patrick's Day episode.
No, see, we're setting a precedent. If we do it this year, we're gonna have to do something either at equal or higher for next year. So,
it's
I mean-
our famous St. Patrick's Day
okay,
episode.
this makes sense. Yes, I forget. I'm sorry. Forgive me, John.
So today, March 17th,
March 17th.
2022. If you have made it this long and you're one of our first viewers, reach out to John on Instagram. His Instagram is going to be linked below, and you're going to be hooked up with one of those squirrel prints. Thanks for doing that, John. Shout out.
You know, that's awesome.
No problem.
man.
Anything for our loyal fans.
No, other than that,
I was gonna-
yeah.
If that's it, thanks everyone for joining us on our famous
Famous?
St. Patrick's Day episode. Thanks for tuning in. We love all of y'all. We will talk to y'all soon.
Yeah, appreciate
Bye.
it.
Y'all have a good one.
Yep. Take care.
Happy
Drink
St. Patrick's
responsibly on
Day.
St.
Drink
Patrick's.
responsibly.
All right, y'all.
Famous.
That's not making the cut at all.